to our next guest, who is producer, singer, songstress, songwriter, and possibly Father Christmas with all the Christmas songs they've been releasing. Hello, Sevenths. How's it going?
Hi. Hi, yeah. It's nice to be here. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah.
It's lovely to have you. So you're saying you've had a busy day. What's your busy day been thus far? What have you been?
Mastering a couple tracks I'm working on for people at the minute, which is always my least favorite part, is the mastering. So,
Mm. The mysterious art of mastering. I don't understand what happens in mastering.
I mean, I feel like if I comment on it, people would be angry with me because everyone has their different kind of ideas of what it is. So,
There you go.
yeah, basically just make it loud enough, I would say.
Okay, there you go. So how did you get into the producing side of things, or did the songwriting come first, or yeah, how did that all come together?
Like, I would say that producing came first. I like when I was like 10 or 11, my dad bought some like awful, I think it was Magic's Music Maker.
Hmm.
And I would make all of this awful music completely dissonant because I'd never been trained in an instrument or anything. So I didn't have any idea about like key signatures or anything. And then in 2013 or 2014, around the time Art Pop by Lady Gaga was released,
Hmm.
like it was basically the era of pop music where it was like drifting away from me and it wasn't what I enjoyed anymore.
Hmm.
Um, so I bought FL Studio. Well, my parents bought me FL Studio,
Nice,
and
nice gift.
like it stuck that time. Like I remixed art pop like 4 different times in different styles,
Oh
and then I
wow.
just started making my own original productions, like not remixes, like original beats.
Oh cool, great. So that Art Pop was the first remix that you did.
Yeah, it's actually still online
Oh
on
cool.
YouTube, but not by my current name.
Okay.
So that'll stay quiet until I like
Right.
care for people to hear it, 'cause it's not that great.
Well, we've all got our own journey with how we come up with the music. You've got to try all the things before you keep on learning and
Yeah,
improving or
definitely.
whatever it may be. Great. And tell me a little bit more about yourself as well. So I've just found you again this year, as many of the artists that I found this year, which has been great. And so I know that you were in Cambridge, but you've now left Cambridge. You're escaping that
Yes,
city.
yes.
So yeah, so where are you in the world now?
Durham, County
Durham.
Durham, Durham. Yep, it's a magical place.
Very pretty place. I have
Yeah,
family who don't live in Durham, but they live near Durham. So yeah.
yeah. I was like raised in County Durham, and then I left for uni at Cambridge, and then yeah, like a term in, like I remember being dropped off by my dad for my second term, and I was just so crushed. And like at that moment, like I went to study psychology, so not really anything music production.
Mhm.
And I was just so crushed, and I just realized at that moment, like I want out of this place. Yeah, so here I am back in Durham.
And how is it being back in Durham?
It's really lovely. It just feels like home. Um, we don't get to see the city centre enough though, and I met my fiance there, so there's another reason. Yeah,
Ah,
like Durham City's really special for us.
oh, nice.
Um, it's really nice to be back here. Yeah, but a little bit iffy with the whole corona of it all.
Sure. Yeah, this year, iffy is a good way to describe this year, I think. So
Yeah, definitely.
was that a plan to move back before Corona, or was that a Corona inspired plan?
We were like waiting to see what happened with Rico's master's
Hmm.
degree, and that had to be delayed because of waiting lists and so on. So it was always between St Andrews for university or Durham. and we
Cool.
chose Durham. Yeah.
Fair enough. And so do you, so you were studying, so not music, you weren't studying, but are you working in music full time just now, doing the producing and songwriting, or do you have other stuff that you're doing as well, or?
I mean, it's not a full-time wage, but I'm working on music full-time. Yeah.
I I understand you for sure. Working
Yeah.
towards that full-time wage,
Yeah.
or at least a wage you can
Exactly.
survive on.
Yeah.
Great. And so I guess part of that then I imagine is that you are working on lots of projects as a producer aside from all the songwriting stuff as well. Um, how do you manage working on so many different things at once?
I think like what makes it bearable and doesn't make me go insane is just the fact that like everything I produce, there are obviously like so many different stages to it, you know, like vocal production, then the beat production, and then the mixing and the mastering. So like if I get frustrated with one element of one song, I can just kind of shift gears and like unwind with another project. So I'm still like working on something for someone, but it's like different.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess
yeah,
variety helps, I guess, with the keeping your
yeah,
interest.
definitely.
Great. And so remixing Lady Gaga early on, maybe a bit of an inspiration or how you got into remixing. What else in terms of your own kind of music inspirations would you say um, you have?
It's like a really difficult question for me when I'm asked that. I was talking, I can't remember who it was with, but I was talking about like messaging someone a while ago, and they were like, "What are your influences?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, but like growing up, it was like always Ace of Base and like Atomic Kitten
Oh,
and that
Ace of
type of
Base,
stuff
yes.
I would listen to.
I used to love Ace
Absolutely
of Base.
love Ace of Base. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like
And
obsessed with it.
then yeah, yeah, I was really obsessed with Ace of Base, like album tracks, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then teenage years, it became the much more like basic, like Kesha, Katy Perry, Lady Gaga,
Mhm.
Britney Spears, that sort of stuff.
The classic pop journey.
Um, yeah. But then I think of like songs like The City,
Hmm.
and it doesn't really make sense to me. Like I can't map where we how we get to the city from Lady Gaga,
Mm.
but I end up there. So yeah,
Yeah, I know, but it's cool. I think a lot of it, yeah, sometimes songs just appear. I know they do for myself, like randomly. You're like, oh, where has that suddenly come from? It just sort of comes out. But I guess if you
yeah,
delve into it, I'm sure there's like, it's like a patchwork of like different things along the way that have maybe helped create
yeah,
something new, which is cool. I guess that's music making as well. You're always kind of picking up bits from here and bits from there, and then putting your own spin on it.
yeah,
Cool.
for sure.
So,
Yeah.
um, so this season, festive season, you've been going full in on the Christmas tunage, and yeah, if you're listening to this and not watching, you can watch this on YouTube after the show on Glitterbeam and Spotify. There's a beautiful Christmas tree sitting behind Sevenths right now, which we've seen quite a lot in a few of your promos and videos and everything. um,
Yeah.
so yeah, tell me about how you decided that you wanted to do a Christmas project and Christmas songs. How did that all come about?
So I oh I had two songs that I like wanted to release. I can't actually remember. I think it was Blue Christmas and Thank You
Hmm.
were the two that I kind of wanted to release. And then I was talking to some people I was collaborating with, and kind of initially my idea for Christmas with Sevenths was kind of it wouldn't be me every week. Like it would be something I'd produced for someone else. Um, but they fell through. The projects, not the people.
Good.
And so I wrote Toys, and then Christmas Day. I don't know, like each of the four songs has like a very different backstory. It was not like writing for a project. But then yeah, like Kindness is a Weapon. I'm not sure if you've heard it, but it was my first release of the year. And it was basically very spontaneous.
Okay.
And before that, I've been strictly one release a year because I'm so destroyingly like a perfectionist that I just really hesitate all the time. But then my dad and Timmy Beep were both like, you need to release this. This song is for now. So I did. And I think that put kind of a different perspective in my mind. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for it. A song a week for Christmas and it'll be fun.
Great. Well, that's quite a change then if you're quite a perfectionist of one song a year to then suddenly releasing. So it's four or five songs that are in this collection.
And the Christmas collection,
Yeah,
it's for.
four songs. Yeah, that's quite a lot to then suddenly be doing at once. So that's quite a change.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Yeah, so we hear your dad on one of the tracks, and I do know Timmy Beep as well. I've not met him in real life, but again, somebody that I've met met
Yeah.
online this year, which has been great. Um, and yeah, so the two tracks we are going to be hearing on the show. So for the show that we're on just now, we're going to be hearing "Thank You," and then because you are the Christmas songstress, we're going to get another song for you next week. So we're going to hear Christmas Day next week, which will be Christmas Eve. But so just in time for Christmas Day, just the day before.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
so yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about both of those tracks then? So I guess
Um,
thank you first of all.
so thank you. I wrote it, I think, in 2016 about friendship. Pardon me. Yeah, I wrote thank you in 2016 about friendships. I didn't have Rico back then. And it's just quite a like universal like thank you song to whoever you want to say it to. It's like very like I would call it quintessential Christmas in the
Mm.
instrumentation and the melody and the kind of mushy nostalgia kind of sentimentality of it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely got
Um
and some Christmas twinkles and stuff in the sound
yeah,
as
the
well.
jingle bells
Yeah.
are definitely there.
And
And then would you like me to say Christmas Day?
yeah, Christmas Day. And so this is with your dad as well, right?
Yep, with my dad. Yeah, it's the first time we've sung together on a song. And basically, in 2018 and 2019 for Christmas, I spent it in Germany with Rico because he's from Germany. So we spent it with his family in Germany. And I started writing Christmas Day in 2018, and it was like it was only a chorus back then actually. It was basically this Christmas is like it's really nice, but I can't speak German. I don't understand these people, and I just want my dad there.
Mm.
Um, and then I asked him in late November, I think, or early November, if he would sing on it and write his verse, and we could make it a duet. Yeah,
Great. It's so sweet and so lovely to see. Yeah, to see someone doing something with their dad. I think just really lovely. It doesn't happen that much as well. So is your dad a songwriter as well, and obviously a singer, and like what? Yeah, what's his background with music?
yeah. So he was a journalist mainly, but he always played music. He like comes from more like country and folk music. Um, and when you hear Christmas Day, like basically the entire song is him. I wrote the guitar melody, but then he's playing every single guitar in that. Yeah, so it's basically he did so much of that song.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I
And
really like the guitar line.
he releases country music, but he releases it through his website, and then he ended up taking the website down. But soon, I think next year he wants to put out a country album. So
Oh, great. So was he happy that you ended up going in the music direction?
yeah, yeah, I think so. Very happy. he was like proud of me when I went to university and everything. But I think he's like very happy to see me like taking the initiative and like giving it a go to
Yeah.
like really make it. So
Oh, great. Well, I mean, it's a lovely Christmas song, and just the story behind it. I don't know. It's very heartwarming,
thank
very
you.
Christmas, Christmas in the making of the song as much as the song in itself. So, yeah. So, well, I'm super happy that we can play a couple of the songs on the show as well, and of course, you can check out the full EP of all 4 tracks. Which so they'll all be out from the 18th of December. Is that right?
Yep, Christmas Day's the last one, and that's on the 18th.
Oh, amazing. Great. Well, yeah. So yeah, definitely one to listen to over the Christmas period. And so, what we've spoken a little bit about twinkly jingle bells and heartwarming stuff as well. What, in your opinion, what else makes a good Christmas song or festive song?
No, no, I've been talking to my partner Rico about this so much because in general, like I would say, even though I've released 4 songs for the festive period, Thank You's the only like Christmas song,
Mm,
like properly. I think that like Christmas music in like it tends to follow the piano, the jingle bells, the like trumpets or strings or something like that. Um, I think there are also specific like chords that are really Christmassy.
hmm
But then when you listen to a Christmas playlist, it'll have like Last Christmas on it, which is, I mean, that doesn't fit into the box that I've just kind of said.
No, but
And then I don't know them by name. You know, like so many Christmas classics, you don't know the names of them.
mm,
But Merry Christmas, everyone.
hmm
I think like that doesn't really fit into the box either. I think it's just got like a special something about it.
mm. Yeah, for sure. And then they're played so much as well, but it's almost like the first time you hear them of that year, you're like, "Ugh," it feels like fresh again, kind of. So yeah, they're funny. Yeah, Christmas songs are a
Yeah,
funny old thing, definitely, and tricky
they're the
to get right.
weirdest.
Mm. What
Yeah,
do you have a
they're
favorite?
like
Sorry, on you go.
sorry. Oh, yeah. The most recent Christmas song that I would like call a classic, apart from "Thank You," of course, is "Underneath the Tree" by Kelly Clarkson. And I heard it for the first time in Germany in the car last year, and I went, "Oh, I know this song. What's this song? I've forgotten what it's called." And then when we looked it up and found out what and who it was by, I thought, no, I've not heard this before. Or have I? I thought that this had been out for decades, and apparently it was only in 2013 it was released. And I was completely blown away. Like I think a lot of Christmas songs have that element of like, I've heard this before, even
Mm.
if you haven't.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that song as well. Yeah, I think I was the same when I first heard it. I was like, oh yeah, this song, and I was like, wait a minute, it's sung by Kelly Clarkson. Like, it was released only recently. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's obviously like I guess a feeling of nostalgia is kind of in there, and yeah, that thing of like you already know it, and I guess to be able to kind of pick up
Yeah.
the melody and lyrics quick enough. Yeah, I'm sure there's some magic formula somewhere in there. Yeah, definitely that's a really good one. Any other Christmas songs that you hold dear?
Perfect Christmas by S Club 7 is absolutely incredible. I don't care what anyone says,
I
it is
mean,
so
hey.
perfect. And then obviously All I Want for Christmas Is You. I almost hate to say it, but
Well, you know, I bet become number one this week, right, in the UK for the first time. I think it
yeah,
missed out first round. Have you watched Mariah's Christmas special?
not yet, but it is definitely, it's not actually on the schedule yet, but I will be watching
It's
that. I'm
so
really
I watched it with
excited.
my flatmates um, the other day, and that's I mean, it's kind of is hard to describe. It's like it's definitely just
Okay.
worth a watch. It's a treat. It's ridiculous, but very Christmassy and just kind of all you need for a little fun fun Christmas thing. And very
I've
Mariah.
I've s- I've seen so many videos on Twitter of people sharing the harmonized whistle notes,
Oh
and
yeah,
I've just been like, "No, get away from me! I don't know spoilers. I want to save it for when I watch the whole special."
it's fine. You will enjoy it even more in context of that random moment. It's very good fun. Nice campy Christmas fun, which we all need, I think. Speaking of campy Christmas
I
fun,
agree.
um, I my flatmate gave me this Christmas hat because he was clearing stuff. I'll show you. Whilst
That's
so
a
tall that I can't even say
statement.
this is a statement. I mean, it kind of looks like a massive nipple on my head. But whilst I wear this lovely hat, do you have any Christmas messages for the masses for this year
Oh
as you
my.
are bringing all the Christmas songs? I know I'm just putting you on the spot here, but you know that's what happens when you write Christmas classics. You're going to be
um,
asked about Christmas for the rest of your life now.
I think I'm just gonna go all out and just be a downer and say that Christmas, there are more Christmases to come. So please don't make this someone's last Christmas. Like, please be responsible. Like, please be careful. It's not your fault that we're in this situation, but please don't be like killing relatives. That would be really sad.
That would be sad. So, no, we wanted absolutely. What a weird year of Christmas. I feel I'm going to take this weird hat off right now. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, what an odd Christmas time it's going to be. But hopefully, yeah, exactly right. Keep safe, keep other people safe as you can as well.
Yeah.
What's Christmas going to look like for you? What are you going to be doing?
Just here with me and Rico, and then my dad will be coming over to the coldest house you've ever known with a very aggressive draft running through the living room.
An aggressive draft.
Um, yeah, him sat right next to the window.
Lovely.
I want him to be likely at a freeze than catch anything. So
Fair. That's it. Got to keep warm and keep safe. Will you have a live rendition of the song on Christmas Day?
I mean, if it's completely private, then perhaps. But
That's
I
fine.
cannot sing to save my life.
Well, I mean, I would say that you can. You've got all these songs. You're doing it. But I realize
I
some
would
people
say
live
that
singing is not for everybody. I know.
I would say that perhaps I'm a better producer than people give me credit for, and perhaps a worse singer. No, definitely a worse singer.
Well, hey, it's all relative, I would say, in all the music making these days. Um, well, thank you so much for sharing some time with me to chat about your tracks. And we went in on Christmas chat because hey, you're presenting some Christmas songs. But what's your plan for 2021, um, musically and otherwise as well, whatever you want to share? But what's on the cards?
So, as a consequence of me being a perfectionist over the years, I have probably hundreds of demos. And specifically, there are two EPs that are fully recorded, but not produced at all. Not finalized, I should say. So my plan is to get those two EPs out, do a bit of like spring cleaning, and then hopefully move on to produce an album. And then on the production front, just trying to work with more people, producing for more people, fulfilling more people's visions. It's like such an amazing feeling, and I really want to continue that and grow that.
Fulfilling people's visions. I feel like that's an excellent statement for for 2021. A very good calling card as well for your production. Oh well, that's great. Well, I wish you all the best of the spring cleaning of your new or your previously recorded but to be released music.
Thank you.
And yeah, I look forward to seeing what comes next. But yeah, thank you so much for giving us some Christmas tunes. I think you yeah, it's not everybody that can do that. So I appreciate that and the fact that I can play two of them on my show as well. So that's very exciting. So
Thank
thank
you
you so
so
much for
much.
chatting. And yeah, wishing you and your fiance and your dad and everybody else a really lovely Christmas as well. So
You too.
all right, take care. Thank you.